Hello, and welcome back to my Base in a Box world. Excuse me while I move the mic. Okay, so where are we up to? So the deal is basically that we are snagging the rail builds. So if we head over to the rocket silo, I've got a couple of things to show you. There's some rocket science going in. Thank you, autosave. This was the perfect time to save. Here's some rocket science going in, and it gets used up straight away. How much is in this? Alright, so 9k of rocket science are in there. That's a good load, right? Alright, let's head off down to the silo. And jump out, because there's some things to look at. Alright, so, firstly, I added a second unloader to the trains unloading the rocket parts. So we now have two inserters unloading them. I was finding the trains were getting stuck here, unloading slowly. By doubling that up, it moves them through this station and on. So if we look here, this unloads pretty quickly. Okay, it's gone. The second thing was the schedule on this. Okay, so I've now done this with numbers rather than with weights. So it goes to rocket fuel till it's got exactly the number it should have, low density structure till it's got what it should have, rocket control units again, silo, it has to be empty on something and a 5-second delay. And in practice, it manages to empty 2 of the items by then. Yeah. This particular train I am retiring for reasons which will become apparent in a minute. So I'm sending it back to shed now. Okay. Then, I was watching how the silos work. And 3 boxes, one for each type of component, with 1 stack inserter each, wasn't keeping up. They need 2 stack inserters for each type of item to keep up. They were stalling because they weren't able to be fed material. Okay, the next thing, I had quite a few trains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trains. That was causing trouble. So several of the stations were jamming up. And if we head over to low density structures, I can show you what I mean. So let's head over there now. I love having a plane. Should have had one ages ago. Okay, so research is happening. Right, this is low density structures. So what was happening was that this stacker was filling up with the Magical Mystery Tour trains, and then steel couldn't get in. So I've added 1 extra stacker and I've taken away 1 train, and in practice this seems to work okay now. This is busy building low density structures. This will fill up pretty quickly. You can see there's no steel in. Okay, the steel trains are smelting. They're all in steel smelting. So let's head down to steel smelting, see what the issue is. Okay, so we have plates, we have steel, we have plates and steel, we have plates and steel. So it's purely an issue of getting the trains through. And it takes 3 steel trains to supply the 1 low density structure build. Let's actually ratio that out and see. Okay. So this is a steel build. And it produces 4.3 steel. Okay, this is the low density structure. It consumes 17. So for it, yeah. So actually, sorry, 12.4. So that is roughly 3 steel builds. We only have 3 steel builds. So the issue basically is low density structures requires all the steel there is being made, and of course we are using some steel for other things. So that's going to low density structures, that's going to electric furnaces. Right. This one, electric furnaces. So we're throttled for steel production at the moment. So maybe we can fix that. Yeah, maybe we can fix that. Maybe we can fix that by putting in another steel build. So let's see if we can. Cool. It's nice to have a thing to do. Let's also look at the furnaces build. Steel furnaces is up here somewhere. This one, I think. Awesome. Yeah, this is on hold, see, because it hasn't got steel. So remember, we're producing 4 point something in a single steel smelter build. And this needs 54,000, so loads. However, this is massively over-spec'd. So I think if we add 1 or 2, possibly 2 new steel builds, that might solve our steel bottleneck. Okay, let's head down to the building train and see how much materials we do have. The steel train is parked in rocket control units because I thought that would be the bottleneck, but it turns out it didn't. It's actually been parked down there for a very long time now. Okay. Okay, so this is going to go to steel. There we are. And let's head back to steel and do some groundwork. Okay, here we are. The site seems really small when you're flying fast in straight lines between things. Okay, so firstly, we have a nice readout here of supply and demand. I want to take that readout. So it is this tesseract thing here. I want to put that down there. Okay, and then we need to cut a couple of wires. Red one now. That's it, and we'll need a substation. I don't know if I usually have some. Let's request a stack of substations, dump our excess cargo, and by then the building train is there anyway. Let's deal with this because it's going to have to be dealt with. All right, that seems like a good thing to rip up, doesn't it? Okay. Other things I've done. Okay, so if you remember, we put in some new 4x2 T-junctions, and I stuck one in at the far right of the megabase, near where the T3 circuits are made. The intention was that that would be where the coal and oil came in. The coal and oil were actually finding crazy ways to get out through the smelting because I'd forgotten to actually connect that up. So I actually connected that up, and that seems to have solved the problem. Alright, do we have these? Yeah, we do. Let's head back. And then I've done various little tinkers and botch jobs, tickling things around the edges, a bit of rebalancing of ore trains, that sort of thing. Nothing really substantial. And I've replaced all the 4-2 T junctions I could find with the new slimmed down design, and it seems to be working. Right, let's have a quick look here. Okay, so we've got a copper shortage, a science shortage. It's claiming that we're low on rocket control units. That's a lie. It's because the train is slow. Alright, so this should be reading plates, and we should be listening for steel plates. So this site is happy currently. Yeah. And how much inventory do I have? Probably not enough. Alright, let's dump out a lot of stuff. In fact, let's dump everything out and take back what we want. Okay, so I want my bots, wires, radars. There we go. Don't need the walls. Okay, rail is good, substations, poles, both types of fast arm, long power poles. I'll take all the combinators, switches. May as well take that. I can dump it in somewhere. That's going to be a useful chest. I'm going to need a blank blueprint. That will do. Chest. That's good. A couple of those. All of those. May as well have the lights. Definitely need the rubber ports. Okay. Then we'll go here. We will take the furnaces, the arms, the other arms, the boxes. We will take as many of those as we can, all of those. All of those. That will do for now. Okay, let's fly over here. Zoom out a bit. Right, so I'm happy with taking that much. Let's check if it actually goes down. Yeah, that looks good to me. And why didn't it? Hopefully it was just a tree or a rock and not a build problem. Okay. So that's one extra smelter unit. Two. And what are the odds? No, I put that down wrong. All right, let's do a deconstructor for tiles. Whoops. And I want right, I want to Item on ground, entity ghost. That's what I want. Okay, I want to get rid of all these ghosts because I've done something silly. Make sure... Okay, back up. Clear that. We are going to grab this again. Okay, this time we're going to take station names. And I'm going to be more careful about placing it down. Okay, so that is one extra steel smelter. I see what I did last time now. Yeah, I moved half a distance rather than a whole. Right, and that is 2 extra steel smelters. So that should be the capacity we need. This looks pretty amazing to me. I hope it looks good to you. We may not actually have enough rail to complete this, but that's an easy enough thing to go back and get some of. Okay. Yep, I think we are totally 32 more rail. Not going to be enough. Okay, how are we doing for everything else? I think we're going to have enough furnaces. That's all of the drone ports down. Yep, good, and we're good for arms. So I can put them back. Okay, so back in here I can put back smelters, those. Okay, it's handy to keep a stack of inserters just in case, and I'm going to keep a stack of each type of arm just in case. Okay, then do we have any more of these? Yes, we do. Great. Right. Some of those. All of those. Let's send that back to base construction. It can get some more goodies. We will fly over and dump what we can of what we have. Wow, look at that. Oh, we're actually missing small poles. Okay. Sorry, medium power poles. Okay, I should have grabbed those. Let's head down and get some more rail. The one thing about doing things this way is that it does make me kind of lazy. Okay, right, we needed some poles. Let's get 200 just in case. Check I haven't got anything auto trashed which is useful for building. No, I don't seem to. I think we're okay. We have some rail on the way, luckily. I think. Where is it? Here. Yeah. I think this is our rails coming in. Yes, it is. Apparently moving down a few tiles is actually going to make them much happier. Who knew? Okay, this is the building train, and it is just coming in. Oh, in other news, the solar field has been growing. It's just been gently building in the background while other things happen. Patches of it light up with build orders, which is, yeah, this is pretty intimidatingly big as things go. Should keep us going for a while. Okay, and production, we are down at 13 something gigawatt and not even denting our production capacity. So this is going to be a long-term solution for power. Okay, let's head back up, put down what we can, and wait for that building train to appear. And up here. No idea why. Oh, there we are. Okay, so these should now be open for business. The issue is that we now need to supply it with 4 more trains. Okay, while our supply train makes it back, I will deploy the 4 more trains. Let's pick up a train schedule first. Okay. So copy that schedule. Yep, just checking I'm not picking up things I don't need. Okay. This is a retired... Good, that was a retired mystery tour train. That can now be a steel smelting train. Okay, that's the second one. Because of productivity bonuses, the steel build actually slightly underconsumes plate compared to the iron build, which is feeding it. Right, that's 3. that's 4. Okay. And I can go back. Alright, the outposting train is back off, so we can head back up to the build. And I think what we mainly need is beacons. Oh, still on the way. Alright, what's the next job? So if we've done 4 more trains supplying steel, we've done 2 more steel builds. Do we need 2 more iron builds? I think we will have to watch this and see. So although there isn't ore in every station, there is iron plate being offered in every station. Then here we have 2 stations, or 2 new ones, which aren't offering steel plate yet. And we have iron plate in one of them. So the readouts were telling the truth, which is kind of cool. Okay, so I want to seed these with some Logibots. Okay, so I will put half of those in there. And the remainder in there. Cool. Grab our beacons. And I can't think what else is needed down there. Maybe the building alerts will tell us. Here we go. Okay, still not quite enough beacons. Nice to see things being supplied though. Good, I think we're there. Yep, that's everything as far as I can tell. There's no flashing lights there on the minimap. Okay, so can I dump any modules back in here? No, looks like I can't. I'm stuck with them. Well, my plane... Oh, my plane's full of fuel. Except not full of fuel, if you see what I mean. I can put the substations back. Good. Right, well, I'm going to call that it. So we have increased our steel capacity from 3 smelters to 5. In principle, that should have fixed the problem with getting steel into the low density structure build. We have 3, 6, 9, 10 plate trains, which is great because we have 5 builds, so we've managed to do that, those numbers correctly at least. We don't seem to have plate trains stacked here, so they are all either loading or behind something that's loading, so that's fine. Let's just double check what's being attacked. That's fine. Yeah, so I'm going to call that a good one. We are just waiting for those plate trains to get in, and then we should have our full set of steel. Now look, we actually don't have a problem with space science. Okay, production. 1.7k, 1.8, that's what we should be hitting. Over 1 minute there was a dip. Okay, so we're still having dips. So basically I need to try and figure out what those dips are and why we're getting them, because as far as I can tell, the only reason could be that our supply trains are getting stuck somewhere because there's enough capacity. Okay, so here we are. This is the mystery tour for the satellite components. Up we go. We've got plate here. We still don't seem to have got plate here, which is, yeah, a bit worrying. Let's double check on the map that we haven't mucked up any smelting, smelting, smelting. Yeah, we've got the names right. We just haven't sent enough plate trains through. Okay, and then up to here. Okay, this is waiting on steel, and the stacker is full of mystery tour trains again, which is now blocking everything. So we need to retire one more mystery tour train. Okay, so let's retire this one. So the way I'm going to retire it is click on it, add shed at the end, circuit condition, send it off now. So that will continue to do its cycle. It'll dump everything that it can into the silos. Okay, that should now leave a slot free here. Let's see if we can work out where the traffic jam is. No, it sorted itself out. There we are. So here's the steel train coming in. Everything should get moving again now. So that time when I was just adding more and more of these trains because obviously that would be helpful, yeah, it wasn't helpful. Okay, so let's also check here. We've got 2 coppers, that's fine. I'm pretty sure this build uses half the copper that it does steel. Let's check. Yeah, half the copper that it does steel. So 2 copper trains and 2 plastic trains is fine. It's just the steel where it needs 3. Okay, well I'm going to call it a day. This stacker now has a hole in it so the supply trains can get in. Basically the site needs to be left to run for half an hour. And over half an hour we will perhaps see if it's managed to build everything it's meant to be building at the rate we expect. So I want to see it running without those dips in the research. Right, let's head back down. So this is the warship. It's got pretty good armaments, and it's flying at this fast. This is doing 446 with this grid. I could put some more afterburners in if I wanted and get it a bit higher. Okay, let's just, for the sake of having fun. Oh yeah, you can't get out if you're going to land on something. This is the tier 2 ship. Doesn't really have a grid. This is flying without any things in it. So this is without an afterburner or anything. Oh, rather annoyingly, you can't hover over a flying thing if there's a ground thing below it. Okay, so this is doing 800 and something. Yeah, 830, 840, still accelerating. This is without afterburners. I'm pretty pleased with that. So this is the one that's far more useful for taking tours around. But it does have a really terrible braking distance. Look at this, random bits built. Because there's no radar coverage here, we can't really see what is and isn't built. Look at that, we just saw a flock of construction bots. Here we are. They're headed here. Yeah, anyway, this is entertaining for me. It's not really good TV for you. So I'm going to leave this episode here. We've done some more work to try and... wow, look how much of this has been built. We've done some more work to try and get the rocket silos functioning. I'm not sure how much more work there is to do with that. How's our production doing? 10 minutes? Yeah, we're still getting dips. I may have to resort to loading up a spreadsheet because I'm not sure where the problem is now. As far as I can tell, we're producing everything at the speed we need to. And there's enough trains to carry it around, so I'm not sure where the problem is. And the only way I can think to do it is to stand by the silo and try and figure it out by watching. Anyway, that's not something you probably want to see, so I'll do that off camera. See, lots of happy lights. Lots of happy lights. And this is launching rockets, and we've got in yeah, this is becoming a bit of a mystery. I'm not sure where the problem is here. So this rocket is launched. This is about to launch. The only train left to have a go at optimizing that I haven't done is the science trains. But I'm not really sure what to do about that. So these boxes are full. That's more than enough for a single launch buffered up there. And this is running at full speed. You can see it's... yeah. So this is running as fast as it can run. And then this one, which has finished its animation, that's running as fast as it can run. So I don't understand why we're getting production dips. So I think all I can do here is stand by these builds and watch and try and figure out why. Hopefully I will, and then we'll have a go at watching me fix it. So until then, thanks very much for watching. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.